podcast, and hey, hats off to you, Matty. And you're either on the gravy train or you're under it. And if you're not watching Wrestling All Day podcast, you're certainly under it.
What is up, everybody? First off, I just want to say I hope you guys enjoy the new intro. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Right here already, starting things off. It's great to see you. I'm glad you're here. We got a lot to talk about today. Ladies and gentlemen, my question to you, and this is a question that I'm sure a lot of people have, is does WWE have a creativity problem? And speaking of creativity, before we get started, what do y'all think about the new intro? I worked pretty damn hard on it. Thank you, Michael. I worked literally for the last like 4 or 5 days on it just to get it done. We're getting into the summer. I wanted to bring the heat, and hopefully it did exactly that. I used some of the highlights that I took over the last couple of years from PPW, AXW, Outbreak Wrestling, Battlefield, everything combined into one. AEW, WrestleMania from when I went back in 2019. A little bit of everything combined to try to make a new intro. But the question, like I said, does the WWE have a creativity problem? And my answer to that is yes. And if you don't believe me, let's just take a little look-ski, shall we? Take a look here. I want you to take a look at this picture. This picture was August 16th. 2014, the night after SummerSlam. I might have the date wrong. It might be August 26th. Either way, it was the night after SummerSlam 2014 when Brock Lesnar, beat John Cena to become the new WWE at the time World Heavyweight Champion. Let's see. Michael here says there is a creative issue with the titles, especially seeing Roman walking around with all. I'm with you, Michael. Let's bring Michael's comment up on the screen real quick. Let's take a look here. Michael says that Roman Reigns has the new championship and still walking around with the other 2 championships. Now, don't get me wrong. The visual of him walking around with 3 championships looks awesome. Like the visual of that alone looks awesome. Like you get to see him walk around with the championships that he's earned. Whether it depends on who you ask, but it's a cool visual. But you're right. The new WWE Undisputed Universal Championship was designed to eliminate the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship out of the picture. Those titles are no longer needed. What's next? New straps for Zayn and Owens. They can't wear the current ones. Honestly, the tag team title, I'm looking right now in my living room. The Raw Tag Team Championship is directly in front of me. And I haven't cared for the tag team championship design since it was the penny titles. When they unveiled that first design back in 2010, they did this. Now, again, this is the creativity thing that I'm talking about. The same exact design that the Raw Tag Team Championships have and the SmackDown Tag Team Championships have. It's the same design as the one they unveiled in 2010, just different colors. Instead of it being copper and black, it's silver and blue or silver and red. Like I said, I have in front of me the Raw Tag Team Championships. I'm going to pull this picture back up real quick. Just take a good long look at this title, okay? Or the picture, the title. Take a good long look at it. I want you guys to just look at it. And I want you guys to look at this. This is from 2016 at WrestleMania 32. And then I want you to take a look at this. This is from SmackDown in 2016. And in case you needed any more proof that WWE may have a creativity problem, let's fast forward to August of 2016. Now, I was there that night, way up top. You can see the people in the back row. I'm like right above them in like the 300 section. I was there the night that the WWE Universal Championship was unveiled for the first time, and I can tell you this much: it was not universally liked. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, the entire time the crowd booed the championship. Now, don't get me wrong, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor was a phenomenal match, minus the fact that Finn Balor got injured. But the entire time, the crowd did not care for that for the title at all. They were singing like John Cena's theme song. Instead of singing John Cena sucks, they were saying that title sucks. Instead of doing the New Day Rocks, when they were like New Day Rocks, they would go that belt sucks. And like, you know, I feel bad for Finn Balor, and I felt bad for Seth Rollins having to be subjected to that, because they really didn't deserve it, because it was a great match. Now that was 4 examples. Michael, I'm with you. Michael right here, he says to bring back the Winged Eagle Championship. I'm with it. I am full on with it. For my universe mode, actually, you guys can check that out on YouTube as well. The 2K universe. There's 2 the 2K universes, but there's only one me. You can't miss it. It's a purple logo, because I haven't updated it yet. My new WWE Championship will be unveiled soon. And I think you guys are gonna like that. Those belts have Velcros instead of buttons. Yeah, you can see here. These actually, they do have the buttons on them, because actually you can't really see in the pictures. But for some reason, I guess it's just easier for the champion to take the titles off with the Velcro. I don't know. Too many new belts. Everyone has had to give their belts back due to new ones being handed out to current champions. Yeah, I mean, it's a problem in the WWE. It's a problem in AEW. There are too many championships that are on television now. Again, I talk about WWE having a creativity problem, and AEW's they're not no saint either. They're not innocent either. You know, they have the TBS Championship and the TNT Championship that look exactly like each other. Just one's got a different color strap and different color plate. They have the International Championship and the Women's Championship, which almost look identical. Like I said, they're not innocent either. But the WWE, we're going to continue here with the trend of the similar looking championships. Now, I want you guys to look at this title, the WWE Universal Championship that was unveiled by Bray Wyatt in 2019. The Blue Universal Championship is what I call it. This title was revealed by Bray Wyatt when he was drafted to SmackDown, and he won the Universal Championship from Seth Rollins. And then also in 2019, this is early 2019, the WWE Eco-Friendly Championship. Now, this one I understand. For Daniel Bryan, it made sense, to have the WWE Championship and have it fit his character. But you see over and over and over and over and over again the pattern here. Every single one of these titles has the same design. And if that wasn't enough, for some reason, I don't have the picture open of the new WWE Undisputed Championship, but I do have the one that Asuka won, which is the exact same one that was given to Roman Reigns. The eco-friendly belt was a little much. I for what it was, I liked it. I'm glad that they didn't keep it around. Excuse me one sec. I'm glad they didn't keep it around after Daniel Bryan lost the title like they did with the spinner belt. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong here. I absolutely love the spinner belt. John Cena's spinner belt, absolutely love it. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That is my all-time favorite championship design. You can fight me. You can get these hands or buy one, get one free right now if you think different. I love that championship design. And I was not a fan of the one they gave to Edge, the Rated R spinner belt, because Edge said it himself. Edge doesn't want a spinner belt. Why the fuck would Edge want a spinner belt? But the fact that they kept that championship design for years after John Cena was done holding the title. I mean, he won it back like 10 more times. But the simple fact is that they kept that championship design. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people felt that a spinner for a world championship wasn't, shouldn't have been for a world championship. It should have just been exclusively to John Cena. And you know what? I mean, I might die on that hill, but take a look here. Take a look at the Spinner Championship compared to this. At least the Spinner Championship had its own identity. And at the time, the WWE Championship and the World Championship both had their own different design. They didn't look exactly like each other. Can you imagine if they would have kept the Spinner WWE Championship and then for the Universal Championship, the Spinner WWE Championship with a red strap? Each championship had their own identity, and that's the problem with these titles. Take a look here. This is the one that Asuka just received on SmackDown. This is right as Charlotte is making her return because, as you do, Charlotte disappears for 3 months, come back and get a title match. And the other thing that's bothering me is, take a look here. This is the Women's World Championship that Rhea Ripley just received on Raw. So this championship looks exactly like the World Championship that Seth Rollins won. Seth Rollins won the World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions, and then this happened. They unveiled this, what was it, last week on Raw? Giving Rhea Ripley the Women's World Championship. And now my question is, why are we already reskinning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship already? Immediately after it was created, we already have another variant of that title. If they are changing belt designs, here, let's bring this up on screen. If they are changing belt designs, why not go back to that old U.S. title belt? The new one is disgraceful. Honestly, I had this conversation a couple weeks ago. Actually, not a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, actually, with my buddies. We were playing Xbox, and we were talking about the different championships. And this is one of the conversations I've been having for a while, and I wanted to come on here live and talk to you guys about it. But your boy's been tired. I have a lot of shit going on. Anyway, honestly, like, we talked about like the old United States Championship and the old Intercontinental Championship and all the different designs that I really didn't like. And I don't like the new United States Championship design. And I really didn't like the old one. I didn't like the WCW one either. There's just something about the United States Championship that I cannot, I don't know if it, I don't know what it is that I don't like about it. But the design for the WCW one, for the WWE one, and the new WWE one, the modern one, I'm not a fan of any of them. And the same thing goes for the Intercontinental Championship. The new Intercontinental Championship is okay. It's not bad, but I don't think it doesn't represent the lineage of the Intercontinental Championship like it should, because it's a completely different design than the ones we've seen over the last couple of decades. Like, if you go back to the Intercontinental Championship when Ultimate Warrior held it, motherfucker had like 9 different designs for that one title, but they was the same title, but he had a blue strap, he had a white strap, he had a black strap, he had a yellow strap. Hell, I think he even had a pink strap. I might have been WWE Championship. Either way, he had a whole bunch of different designs, like different straps for that championship. And then in the 2000s, or not 2000s, in the late 90s, the new Intercontinental Championship, the Attitude Era one, came out, and I don't like that one either. I fucking hate that design. The one that looks like an oval, looks like the old SmackDown. I fucking hate that Intercontinental Championship design. And again, I know I'm going to get a lot of hands for that. I'm going to get a lot of hands for that, but I did not like the WWE Intercontinental Championship during the Attitude Era. And I'm glad Cody Rhodes bought back the belt that he bought back. And it's unfortunate that it went from that beautiful championship to what they have now, because what they have now is not the Intercontinental Championship that I know. And again, I know it's their attempt to modernize things, and nothing lasts forever. I know that. Nothing lasts forever. But the new Intercontinental Championship and the new United States Championship, not a big fan of them. Each new belt looks like the other's new belt, means there should be a difference. Yeah. It's not even the fact that they're like the same color. It's the same exact design. The same exact design that was unveiled 9 different times in the last, 9 years. And it sucks. It absolutely sucks that every championship looks exactly the same. The tag team titles look the same. The women's titles look the same. You know what I mean? It's too much. And I understand. I understand the branding, like they just, for, what was it, the Denver Nuggets, who just won the World Cup for basketball. They just won the World Championship, and they had the players walk around with the WWE title on their shoulders. And I get it. I have the WWE Championship in my living room. I'm looking at it right now. It's the same championship I let Brody Lee hold when I met him at WrestleMania. That championship I like. And I get it. The big W, it lets people know, hey, this is the WWE Championship. The WWE sent us. And I get it. It's all about branding. I completely understand that. Completely understand that. But at the same time, when the championships all look exactly the same, like you can have a big ass WWE logo on your title. I don't care. But every single championship looks the same. And like I said, I get it. They go to ESPN or they go to Sports Center, which might also be on ESPN. I don't know. They do the Fox interviews. They go to the NASCAR races. They go to Super Bowls, with the championships on their shoulders. So I understand it's a branding thing, that they want to make sure, excuse me, they want to make sure that people know this is the WWE Championship. Michael says here, I prefer the old school IC title that legends like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and Honky Tonk Man held. Oh, yeah, I'm completely with you on that. That old championship from probably I want to say 1990 is when that first design came out. Maybe a little bit later. Maybe, I could be wrong. Up until they changed it to the Attitude Era style of the Intercontinental Championship. Also here, Michael says the AEW belt issue isn't as bad as the WWE. No. Their situation is not the belts that AEW put out. Now, I'm not going to lie. I really don't like the design of the tag team titles. I was never a fan of the design of the TNT title. I damn sure don't like the TBS title. And I didn't like the old women's championship or the new one. I like the international title. The international title looks nice. The AEW World Championship is finally starting to grow on me after 4.5 years. But the TNT title and the TBS title look the same. You know what I mean? So like I said, they're not as bad, but they're not innocent either. Their titles those two titles look the same. The women's title and the international title look the same. So they're not completely innocent, but I do agree that it's not as bad as the WWE, where WWE has, excuse me, it's hot as hell here. It's not as bad as where WWE's championships. Every single belt looks the same. Like when they unveiled Roman Reigns' new title after 1,000 days, they're finally going to give Roman Reigns a new championship, and they give it to him. And then when they give it to him, it's the same exact championship that he's held for as long as he's held it, with a gold background. Not a big fan of it at all. I was very underwhelmed. And I think it's the fact that the championships have been unveiled. That design has been unveiled 8 times before that. 8 times before that. And then if you want to include this again here, look at this. This is literally a week later after they unveiled the Undisputed Championship. Literally a week later, they gave the same exact championship to Asuka. This is now the 10th time in 9 years that this championship has been unveiled in the same design, just with a different color. Now, don't get me wrong, the white and gold looks cool. Looks a lot better than Roman's belt. But, and here's my issue. I'm going to point this out now. You can't see it because of the picture being cropped. But Asuka's belt says Women's Undisputed Champion. Now, here's my question. How the hell is she the Undisputed Champion when Rhea Ripley has that championship and was never beaten for her title? She was never beaten for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And those two titles were never unified. So how the hell is Asuka here the undisputed women's champion when you have 2 women's champions right there? Again, it goes back here, the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship. This is from 2016, right before Backlash. And then this is from WrestleMania 32, where you could tell that, those championships, you could tell what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like a big deal because it looked exactly like the WWE Championship. It was supposed to be a big deal. But again, now you fast forward to 2023, those titles were never unified. So I don't know why Asuka's running around with a title that says Undisputed when Asuka is not the Undisputed Champion, because those championships were never unified, and Rhea is still a women's champion. And also, I don't know how I get the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship can be considered undisputed, but Seth still has the World Heavyweight Championship, so it's not completely undisputed. But either way, the championship's just constantly getting copy and pasted over to the next one. It is very, very underwhelming with every passing, unveiling that they do. The championship designs, it's just underwhelming because you see the designs constantly. If the Universal Championship would have had a different design back in 2016, the crowd would not have shit over it the way that they did. Like I said, let's go back here. Let's look at this picture. I was there the night they unveiled this title, and I could tell you how loud, how negative the crowd was because of that championship. And I mean, at the time, nobody knew exactly what the Universal Championship was going to look like, but nobody wanted it to be a completely just a copy and paste of the WWE Championship with a red background. Nobody wanted that. And then you fast forward here and you have Bray Wyatt unveiling the same exact championship just with a blue background. People were over it. People were over it. And come to think of it, all these years later, like that championship design has been around since 2019. That the Blue Universal Championship, like I call it. Aren't the new belts kind of a throwback to Big Goldie? Yes, the Seth Rollins Championship and Rhea Ripley's Championship is. But my issue is that they just bought back that design. Literally a couple weeks ago. Seth Rollins just won the championship back at Night of Champions only a few weeks ago. And they just unveiled that design. And then immediately after that, put a new champion or put the women's championship with the design. Like they reskinned it already. You know what I mean? And again, it's a nice throwback to the original big gold belt. But the fact that they already gave Rhea a championship looks exactly like it. Like they're already copying and pasting it. I don't like that. I really don't like that at all. But it's the simple fact that again, it's all about the branding. The WWE Championship is going to be, it's going to be this thing. Let's pull this up one more time. The WWE Championship is either going to have, that kind of design with a different color on it. Now, don't get me wrong. Roman Reigns' new title doesn't look bad, I guess, per se, but I'm not a big fan of the mustard. Like, it looks like somebody dropped a fucking hot dog on it and spilled their mustard on the WWE Championship. That's really what it looks like. It doesn't look like it's gold. And everybody's like, oh, it looks so good. It looks so clean. I really don't think it does. I think it's underwhelming. And again, I understand where the WWE is coming from. I completely understand where the WWE is coming from. But at the same time, it's not a matter of, it's not a matter of branding to us. We know it's the WWE Championship, and I get it. WWE is going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to make sure that, whether that championship's on Sports Center, whether it's on FS1, whether it's a NASCAR Super Bowl, wherever that championship is, WWE is going to make sure that it is the WWE Championship. And unfortunately, that leads to a creativity problem when every single championship starts to look the same. After doing reveal after reveal after reveal after reveal, of the same design over and over again, it does get to be a little ridiculous to the point where it's like, okay, how many more times can they copy and paste the WWE Championship over to another design? How many more times can they do that before, even WWE themselves go, okay, this is getting old. Like when they said that Triple H commissioned new designs for the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship, he commissioned all these new championship designs. Everybody was like, okay, this is it. This is the big moment. This is finally happening. This is real. This is going down. And then it was just the same championship again. And this isn't just, on Triple H because he did it a bunch of times under Vince as well. But this is the pattern I'm starting to see with Triple H. You get the hype built up and then he under-delivers. And that's the same thing I could say for most of these guys who he bought back, like Braun Strowman, Cross, all these guys that he bought back, under-delivering. Flop dollar and shit row is what I'll call them. But honestly, it seems to be The WWE is just copying and pasting championships. Stick with one style of the belt and stay with that. That seems to be the WWE way. Like when they unveiled the new WWE Championship in 2014, it looked exactly like there was one before it. The one that The Rock held after he beat John Cena? No, after he beat Punk. I'm sorry, he beat CM Punk and then lost it to Cena. It was the same thing as the WWE Championship now, but instead of it being open like that, it said WWE, and then underneath it said Champion in big gold letters. Um, and it was a nice looking belt. Like, that was clean. And then the design they brought back after that, the one that Brock won, was also, I really enjoyed that. But seeing it, 10 years later, having 10 different designs, just different colors, like the fucking rainbow of championships. And like, it's too much. It's too much of the same. And I guess, it's quality over quantity, I guess. But the quality of the belts, they're the same exact design, just with different colors. It's not a matter of how many championships there are. It's the matter of the fact that they all look the fucking same. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree with that. Karrion Kross has been a very big disappointment. I'm glad he got a victor over AJ Styles on SmackDown. That was cool. And really could put Kross into the limelight. But at the same time, I really don't expect it to go nowhere. Another one I'm really, really hoping for that they don't fumble the bag with, and it seems like they might, and that's LA Knight. Hopefully they don't fumble the bag with him. Hopefully he takes money. Dude, if LA Knight wins Money in the Bank, I'm going to do a live reaction stream to Money in the Bank. I work until 1 that day, so if I seem crabby when I come home, something happened at my job. But I'm going to do a live stream when I come home. It starts at 3. I'm going to be on here doing a live reaction stream to Money in the Bank. And if LA Knight wins that Money in the Bank briefcase, I want to let y'all know now, be prepared to have your eardrums blown out. Because LA Knight's my fucking guy. I'm pulling for him for everything, bro. That is my dude. So hopefully they don't fumble the bag with that. But again, we touched base on all the championships. And I mean, out of all of these, I want to go back and talk about this one real quick, because I know this was a topic here. Let me go back up and find your comment real quick. Michael said that the Eco, where was that? Hold on. Here it is. The Eco belt was a bit much, in my opinion. I mean, yeah. I mean, for what it was, Daniel Bryan was a heel, and with him being vegan, the strap made of leather, which I'm a little stupid, so that might come from cows. I think is what it comes from. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But for what it was, they had the hemp-based strap, the wood WWE logo with the rhinestones in it. I thought it was, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't the worst design that the WWE Championship has ever had. I thought for Daniel Bryan's character, it fit perfectly. But out of all of these, I mean, honestly, my favorite design, I got to go with the original version of it. And that's this one, the one that Brock Lesnar held the night after he beat John Cena at SummerSlam. Rumors are LA Knight is the preferred to win the case in the man's side. Yeah, I mean, honestly, who else? You're going to give it to Ricochet, who hasn't done shit since he's been there for 5 years? You know what I mean? Give it to Shinsuke, who hasn't done shit since he's been there for, 6 years, 7 years now? It's not, it's all right. So LA Knight, yeah. What was that? Yeah. I definitely think LA Knight should be. Don't tell people I do that. I do that randomly in public too, and people look at me like I have 3 heads. But yeah, honestly, I'm definitely thinking that LA Knight should be the one that wins the WWE Money in the Bank. But yeah, like I said before, WWE definitely has an issue where they just keep copying and pasting the championships over and over and over again. And I mean, honestly, like I said, I get why they do it. But at the same time, it's just very underwhelming seeing the same title over and over and over and over and over again. I like the Winged Eagle Championship too. It's one of my all-time favorite championship designs. There's been a lot of championship designs that I really like, and then there's been a lot that I've really hated. And I think that if I tell you guys some of the ones that I've hated, I probably would, y'all would probably unsubscribe, because there's a lot of championships out there that are universally loved that I can't stand. but that's a different story for a different day. We'll get to that another time. Right now, I just want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, drop us a like. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a subscribe, share it. Share it with your mom, share it with your dad, share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with your dog, share it with your cat, share it with whoever the hell you want to share it with. I don't care. Greatly appreciate it either way. Right here, right here behind me. You can make sure you follow the Wrestling All Day podcast on all of our social media. Subscribe to our Patreon. Lowest tier starts at just $1. Let's see. Well, hold on one more time here. One more comment from Michael. Hopefully, it's another first-time winner for the women's side of the Money in the Bank. Honestly, has there been a two-time winner yet, other than Carmella? Can you really count that? Because like she won the championship with the help of James Ellsworth, and then people bitched and moaned, so they put the briefcase back up. I don't really think that counts as a two-time. I mean, it might. I don't think there's been a two-time Miss Money in the Bank yet. First Wrestling All Day podcast champion. Technically, we'll get to that in just a sec. Yeah, honestly, what I really hope, what I really hope, and I hope you guys are with me on this, is they stop doing the fucking same night cash-ins with the women's Money in the Bank. Every single cash-in except for Carmella's has either been the night of or the night after Money in the Bank. No woman has held that fucking briefcase for more than a year other than Carmella. Well, not a year, but no one held that for more than a day other than Carmella. You know, Asuka won it, and in the briefcase was the women's championship because Becky was leaving. Bayley cashed it in the same night. Alexa Bliss cashed it in the same night. Liv cashed it in the same night. Nikki ASH, fucking hated that gimmick, by the way. Nikki ASH cashed it in the night after and won the title. So I really hope that they stop doing the same night cash-ins for the women, because it is to the point where everybody almost expects it, but it's to the point where it's like, why? Liv Morgan should have held that briefcase and at least should have did something special with it. I believe that the women's winner should wait to cash in. I do too. I'm with it, man. Like I am fully with it. I believe that they should wait to cash in like Carmella did. Carmella cashing in the SmackDown ever WrestleMania. Hell, can you imagine somebody tell me who's in the women's Money in the Bank right now? Who is the favorite to win the women's Money in the Bank? Who the hell's even in it? I know Trish is about to be in it. She's got to face Raquel. I think Becky's in it. Bayley's in it. Io Sky's in it. Lacey Evans is in it? I don't know. But I sincerely hope that whoever wins that championship or wins that briefcase actually holds it. And what I want to see, I really hope it's not Becky. I really hope it's not Becky or Trish, because it needs to be somebody who can really, really use it. You know what I mean? But honestly, I sincerely hope that whoever wins that Money in the Bank, they cash it in at WrestleMania, because no woman's ever cashed in at WrestleMania before. No woman's ever cashed in any other, like no one's had the briefcase that long to even figure out when they want to cash in, because they do it the same night. Io Sky or Raquel. I mean, I'm cool with Io winning it. I'm definitely cool with Io winning it. Io cashing in. Can you imagine Asuka going on just a complete warpath, holding that championship till WrestleMania, beats her opponent, Io comes out, bam, cashes in, it's over. Io Sky wins the championship at WrestleMania. Heist of the century recreated. Either way. But I do want to get back up to this. I should be the first Wrestling All Day podcast champion, says Michael. Technically, the first Wrestling All Day podcast champion was a man named Violence. If you go back and watch some of our old videos, we don't do it no more. It got to be too taxing. It got to be too much to do. We had our own. I created my championship on 2K and had matches every week. And then I started doing it every month. And then I just decided to stop doing it. It got to be too much. There was a women's championship. There was a men's championship. There was a multiversal championship, which I called the Wrestleverse Championship. Nobody steal that. I know where y'all live. No, I'm just kidding. But don't steal my design. Don't steal my gimmick. I'm serious. But yeah. So technically the first champion is Violence, also known as Josh Adams. He actually just had a boxing match, a celebrity boxing match last night, I believe. I believe it was last night. I don't know if he won or not. Don't tell him I haven't watched it yet. But honestly, I'm very excited for him. I'm glad to see how he's, come over the last couple of years. And he is the first ever Wrestling All Day Podcast champion in all technicality. But with that in mind, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and just keeping, shooting the shit with me on a, Monday, on a Monday afternoon. You guys probably have a lot of better things you could be doing than sitting here bullshitting with me about wrestling on YouTube and Facebook. But again, if you're watching this from Facebook, please share, like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, follow us. If you're on Facebook, make sure you follow us on all of our social medias right there. We got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got YouTube. I got to make a new banner now because if you look in the top corner, we got a new logo. It's not this logo no more. But either way, make sure you check us out on all of our social medias. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you're going to catch this later, leave some comments below. I want to hear what you guys got to say. There was a couple groups on Facebook that I was in. A lot of them said the same thing. A lot of people were saying the championships, the designs are all the same and the creativity is starting to, the cracks in the creativity are starting to show when they just keep constantly reskinning the same championship. But again, I do want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to start doing this again a lot more. It's been a rough couple of days. I've been helping some people. I've been helping some family move. So that's been taxing. Yesterday was Father's Day and my brother's birthday, and they're no longer with me. So that was tough to deal with. I wanted to do this yesterday, but, for obvious reasons I didn't. And I'm very glad that I got to come here and do it today. And I'm very glad you guys got to come in here and join me for a little bit. I got a new studio set up, which is nice. I got my laptop running in the background. I got my phone going here. I got my microphone right here. Got a little bit of everything going on. So it's all coming together in the end. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will catch you guys for the next one. Hopefully it won't be too far off. So for the Wrestling All Day Podcast, I'm your boy, Matty Smackdown. Thank you guys so much. I don't know this is possible without you guys. So with that in mind, thank you guys again. And I will catch you guys for the next one.